Hi, Tom from bknutrition.com, and in this video I'm going to be talking to Camilla, who over a 9-month period of working with me transformed her body so that she lost body fat and also built some muscle in the process. She also did a show, a photo shoot, and generally changed her mindset towards dieting, nutrition and training. The video is about 30 minutes long, and the purpose of the video is to give you an insight into how I work with clients, but also how general perceptions that people have regarding dieting, training, etc. Can be the wrong way to think about it, and with a few simple tweaks can give very, very good results. So hope you enjoy the video, and of course leave any comments, ask any questions afterwards. Okay, hi Camilla, thanks for coming on to chat to me about your progress and what you achieved on the program. And can you just tell, well, I know you obviously, but people who are watching, why you initially came to work with me, who you are, what you do, and what you were hoping to achieve?
Of course. Well, thank you first for inviting me on to talk about this. So my name is Camilla. I am a hair and makeup artist. I own a couple of agencies actually in hair and makeup artistry, and also a coach as well. However, with the pandemic hitting us and the lockdowns, unfortunately, all the agencies were pretty much kaput for a long period of time, so I wasn't able to work, which was a bit of a nightmare. So in lockdown 1.0, which was last year, it was, it all fell apart, to be honest with you. It was nice to kind of have obviously the break. I wouldn't say I was like majorly stressed, but I think I really underestimated the amount of like time or energy used kind of being here, there and everywhere. So basically I just started like ballooning, and I think I said to you, didn't I, Tom, like it got to the point where I kept getting on the scales and I was like, they physically cannot go up any further. And they just went up and up and up. And I mean, the most I used to weigh was about 64 kilos, and I think I got up to about 68 kilos. And when I was at that point, I was like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. So I sort of claimed a little bit back, when things opened up again. And then obviously we went into another lockdown, and I just thought, screw this, I'm not having a repeat of last time. So, and January is quite a good time in general to start a health kick, have your Christmas, have your blowout, which is my final one. And so I think I spoke to you, was it in November or something?
You originally wanted to do some sort of like show or something, I think.
So I had this idea, and obviously I did a show before, which was more of a challenge. It was a 7-week challenge. It was a really crazy like prep, hard diet, literally just everything was taken out. So I just thought because of that experience, I needed something like that to really just pull me out of my funk, because it had just all gone all over the place. And I know you're not massively keen on show prep or anything like that. So obviously when I was down in Bristol, we had a chat, and I was like, will you prep me for a show? Which you kindly agreed to do. And that's what we started doing in January. That was just the goal. I personally can't just get fit and healthy for no reason. I kind of need something big, scary ass goal at the end of it. So that was obviously the plan. However, we were in lockdown longer than we expected. So the show that was supposed to go ahead on the 12th of April got cancelled, annoyingly, because lockdown lifted on the 13th of April. So it was just super annoying. I ended up booking a shoot in with Matt Marsh. So even in February, I think we spoke, I needed to stick something else there sort of to get towards. And I don't know, we eased off a little bit, didn't we, in terms of my diet. Actually nothing had really changed. I think we would have dialed it in further, but instead we just kind of cruised into it. And what was, I guess, amazing is that I still had kind of my weekends to play around a little bit. Drink, have my bottle of prosecco, my bottle of wine, and so it really didn't impinge on just, I guess it didn't feel like a slog, like week after week after week, because I still kind of had that release. and that is quite important to me. It's really unrealistic considering just the lifestyle that I lead. It's really unrealistic for me to even contemplate just taking everything out and having a massive like overhaul, although I've obviously like completely changed my lifestyle now. It just naturally happens. And I think once you start seeing progress, and it's that consistent action over a long period of time, then you start kind of relinking the sort of, I guess, pain and pleasure points. And actually I'm getting more pleasure out of looking and feeling the way that I do now than I am getting pain from giving up the things, although I'm not really having to give up things. But I guess the way I live now, if you told me this is how I'd be running my weeks back in sort of January, it would have seemed quite difficult. And that, I guess, is the key thing for me, where I feel very fortunate, and I'm taking a real kind of silver lining of this lockdown, even though I couldn't work and the business couldn't run and it was a stressful time, is that I had that period where I didn't have distractions. I wasn't, being asked to go out here, there and everywhere. I wasn't under I was under a different type of stress, but not under stress to kind of be places and do things. So it did really allow me to focus on me and to get those workouts in and sort out the diet. And even everything's just built slowly with you. I didn't, even with the workouts, there was like, I never used a kettlebell before January. Now I'm absolutely in love with my damn thing. I'd marry it if I could. And I love my kettlebell workouts, quick 20-minute blast. And that's another thing that you've taught me massively on the cardio front as well. I do like lifting weights more than like walking and running, or kind of the old school cardio. Yeah. So to be able to do my cardio in that way, and kind of, it's a real, I don't know, I feel like it really tones me so much more than just, I don't know, with running, it just seems like I'm just trying to run off something that I think I did that was bad, or that I ate that was bad, whereas this just serves me much better. And it's just something I really, really enjoy.
I think there's that, maybe that, I know obviously people who enjoy running and everything else, but most people who do cardio do it because they're trying to burn off calories or burn off fat that they've accumulated. And I suppose the different mentality with lifting is that you're using the fuel to power a workout, to power your muscles. So when I do my kettlebell cardio, it's a different, that's the mentality. I'm using all the fuel I've got to, I suppose, stimulate my muscles, grow more muscles. And I think that's sort of where you are, and where the other people in the community are as well.
Absolutely, 100%. And yeah, you're really good at like switching the mindset stuff around, and it's also the internal dialogue that's really important to us as well, isn't it? That we say we eat food, you can either look at it, oh my god, I need to go and burn that off and do extra, like get rid of it, or I need to like gain more. It's like kind of a get rid or a gain attitude, where it's like I can gain more by going to put that food to use, as opposed to trying to get rid of it and lift heavier. And that's certainly the way I see it, which is a much more enjoyable way of seeing things, rather than trying to counteract stuff. It's just capitalizing on it and building upon it.
Cool. So what would you say the best thing about the program was? I mean, obviously everything's awesome because I'm so awesome, but what was the thing you got out of it the most? The thing that you really think worked for you the best?
All of it. All of it. It's just been such a cool journey, and I'm still on this journey, and the community's great. I just love our little selfies and my zones and our kettlebells, and I love the card games now that you're doing on a Friday morning and mixing it up. I just think, I think the community, the Facebook community, us kind of all in there is just super cool. Posting our workouts, I think that keeps me going, keeps everybody else going, and it's just nice, and it's very motivating. I mean, it's just all been great. Like, it's all kind of new stuff. Like the kettlebell thing is new. The whole approach to dieting and it's not dieting, it's just kind of this whole lifestyle change, and you know, having my weekends kind of free, but learning to bank calories. There you go. There's a key one there. Banking up calories for the weekend if we're going to have bigger weekends, and just that kind of education there. Yeah. You have a really great way of just simplifying things, and I don't know, there's just very calmness as opposed to I don't know, other fitness people, they're just overcomplicated. Like, people overcomplicate everything now anyway, but in terms of nutrition in particular, like, that's a massive area for complication and confusion, whereas you just make it super simple. And so when I'm asking questions or anybody else is, you're like, no, it's just this, X, Y, Z. Like, that's it. And everyone's like, oh yeah, okay, fine. So it's really nice to have that simplification and get on with things. And not have it kind of take over your life, which I think some people that go on to like a health kick or a fitness thing, like, it takes over. They might enjoy it for a while, but it's not sustainable. You give that sustainability because you've got the community like binding you to it. You've got the education that you're giving us, and then we've got our like fun kettlebell card game workouts, and that, you know, motivation on a Monday and a Friday, starting the week right, ending it right as well. Cool.
So okay, so let's have a look at your progress. I'm just going to share the screen. So we started around about, I think, April-ish time, and we're now in September. So this is going to be what, a 5 to 6 month transformation, if we can call it that. Just find
April to June, January to April to.
Cool. Okay, so here is the so this is where we started, and you're right, it was like, yeah, 68, something like that up there, 66 up there. And then when we implemented the program, obviously dropped weight fairly quickly, and then we had this plateau period. But when we're going to look at the photos in a minute, we can see that you built more muscle as well as lost body fat. And this is, again, is something that's quite common. And we've talked about this, is that people think that it's like a straight down for like body transformation. You start here and you finish there, and it's just a straight line. But we can see that it wasn't. There is up and down all the way through, where you've lost weight, gain weight, lost weight, gain weight. But the average is going down. And you can see we've had plateaus there. We've had plateaus there. And then this was the show, wasn't it, when we did the competition? So that was that big drop there to get ready for the show. And after the show, we've returned to, I suppose, this sort of baseline level, which is about 60 kilos. And now we're into getting ready for something else, aren't we? Another thing.
Second show. That I said I wouldn't do.
And and I've got some photos here. So these are the photos. This is the January photo, the original one we took. And then down here, I'm just going to move this out of the way so hopefully it can be seen. It's my my little toolbar thing. I have to move that up there somewhere. Okay, so I think I'll just scroll up a little bit. So this is dead on about 9 months and a bit, isn't it? But we can absolutely see that you have dropped loads of body fat around here, around the back, around the glutes, and now much better shape with legs, shoulders, wow, back, everywhere. Much better conditioning.
Yeah.
So and just explain. This is obviously you today. So people are watching this go, oh, she's not eating a lot or doing loads of cardio, whatever. Can you just like describe what you're doing with your food at the moment to be in this condition here?
Oh, I eat. Well, recently, actually, I've been doing a bit more cardio than I normally do because I've had the energy and I'm enjoying it. And I've got this half marathon thing that I'm doing on Sunday. Well, I say thing, it's an actual half marathon. So, you know, foods have been a bit high, and I've been pretty relaxed about this week. But, you know, we're looking at 2,500 calories. I was having the other day. I'm eating. I quite like a plain diet because I like to keep sort of a plain diet Monday to Friday, and then just let loose on the weekends, and not track so much. But I really enjoy chicken and rice and salad, which is what I eat a lot. But we've got burgers on the menu. I have half a bagel. I remember when you first gave me my diet, I had a bagel on it. I was like, oh, it's like bagels are bad. Like why am I eating bagels? And I love my I love my bagel, my poached eggs. I have 2 poached eggs and a bagel in the morning. And yeah, I mean, recently this week anyway, I've been at the peanut butter jar, which
you talked about that.
I abstained from buying it for 2 weeks, and then I bought one on Monday because I was like, oh, I've got the race, I'm going to burn off a few calories. But yeah, I just can't be trusted around peanut butter, which is bizarre because I always hated it up until earlier this year for the shoot. I think you said have some peanut butter before it. Anyway, but yeah, no, literally, I'm eating all the things that I like, and it's mainly that I can sort of bank those calories. So if I'm on plan 4 to 5 days a week, then I can afford the weekends to chill out and not have guilt. I know, and which is why we're looking at that graph. I'm happy to kind of sit at 60. I could probably sit lower if I wanted to, or I could sit higher, but that works for me, and I can obviously I know what I need to eat in the week, and I know I don't have to worry too much at the weekends, and then sort of get back on it. So I get to live my life, and also I just having those sort of not boundaries or rules around diet. I guess it is around diet. It just allows me to, it makes me appreciate food so much more, and it makes me appreciate a lot of things, time with family and friends, the exercise that I do, and I just have much more appreciation for everything because I've just got a bit of a system in place and a few boundaries around stuff. Otherwise, I'm just drifting through the week, and it also complements, my focus, my energy levels with work as well, which is a massive one for me because I have to be sort of pretty self-starting with, running my own businesses. There's no one cracking the whip on me. I'm cracking it on myself. So I find that, really useful, but I get to, I'm not deprived. I've got everything that I want to. And also I can fiddle around with my macros if I wanted to, if I wasn't doing a show or a shoot and just trying to, which we'll be at very soon, and just maintaining, then I can, you've given me the tools I need to, just change my macros and fit whatever foods if I want to change them into my diet.
Cool. Now let's look at, so we do full disclosure because some coaches go, oh yeah, my client, lost all this weight, no cardio and eating all the food they want. So we do full disclosure where we track that so that we can say, well, actually, yeah, we are eating the foods that we're saying we're eating. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff here. So this green line is the average calories here. So we can see that when we had the initial weight loss here, and we got to this point, calories were sub 2,000. So we got to this point, and then ironically, we put the calories up because remember we were fueling the workouts more to then so you could build more muscle. So we put the calories up, and although the weight plateaued for a little bit, it then went down again. And obviously, this is a sharp drop for the show here, but we're now around about sort of 2,000 on average. Obviously, these spikes for people watching are Camilla's weekends with the but
ranging into the 6,000 calorie range.
but this is important. It's important to have social life. It's important to have time out with your friends and stuff like that. And as long as you account for that in your week, it's absolutely fine. And obviously, you've had higher days here, lower days here. But what's also been consistent is this is your output, your weight training consistency. And it's gone up recently because obviously we're doing some prep for a little bit of a show. But I noticed your output has gone up and it's been consistent for the last sort of 2-3 weeks or so. And you obviously can see it in the changes. So this is sort of full disclosure that, Camilla is not doing 5 hours of cardio a day. She's not eating sub 1,000 calories per day to get into that condition. It's a manageable amount of food and it's a manageable amount of exercise. Would you agree? There's me ranting on there. Would you agree with that?
100%, absolutely. And I mean, I've been, I've just been adding things in myself, adding more
Peanut butter.
on. Huh?
Peanut butter.
You know, I meant exercise-wise, like, and I love the programs in the app. Like, I'm hooked on Game 5 at the moment. Turn Up the Volume is still one of my faves. So I want to kind of train more and do this. So I'm doing like 4 workouts a week on that, which are like 45 minutes long. Unless I'm training with someone, then it takes like forever, about an hour and a quarter. And then, you know, the cardio sessions are really, it started off just the odd kettlebell session, but now I am doing a little 20-minute cardio slot each morning, not because I feel like I have to. It's more, it just supports me. It's that kind of vote for a healthier lifestyle that day, and it just sets my day up, which is why I do it in the morning and not the evening. And yeah, and I just enjoy it so much that I've been sort of building more kind of cardio in slowly, which has taken a long time to do, but it's because I enjoy it.
Excellent. Okay, so I'm just going to stop the share there. So I think that's everything. Is there anything you'd like to add? Anything I've missed?
Well, you know you're awesome, so you don't need me to. You don't need me. I tell you this all the time.
Keep saying it all the time.
No, I'm just super grateful. I found it really fascinating to watch. If we look at the pictures from January to April, and there was obviously a lot of weight loss there, and it was like, it's just my whole form kind of changed, but it wasn't necessarily I've gone from fat to skinny, or, you know, from larger to smaller. It was just like a whole change, and ever since then you can just see the whole composition change, with the kind of the muscle building, and, you know, the fat loss happening together, which I didn't believe you could really do at the same time. I'm sometimes quite a black and white person in general, but, you know, with this, I thought it was either or, because there's a lot of information out there that tells you that, and that's not the case at all. And so that's, you know, that's quite nice and confidence building. It's just been an amazing journey, as I say, one that I will continue on, and I will stay on. And yeah, I'm just super grateful to you for you, Tom.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah. And obviously me and Camilla are friends, but we work together in a professional manner for the shoot and everything else. I never let her off on, didn't let her get away with any stuff, kept her accountable. And I think that the main thing here is the consistency of the action. You know, because you still had weekends off, still had times we had, you know, foods that you wanted to have, chocolate, whatever. You're not a chocolate person, are you? Or are you?
The wine.
The wine, yeah. So I mean,
no, not sweet.
Sorry. Okay, so we froze out for a second there. Maybe that's the world telling us that we need to wrap it up. Okay, well, Camilla, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story. Really appreciate that.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for everything the last 9 months, and in advance for the next 9 months, because you ain't getting rid of me that easily. That's I can tell you.
Well, okay, thanks very much. I'll speak to you later.
All right, speak to you later. Bye.
Bye.
So that was Camilla's story. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative, maybe gave you some ideas for your own nutrition and training. If you enjoyed the video, why don't you hit the like button. If you want to see more of my stuff, please press the subscribe button. And if you'd like to contact me about working with me, then all you have to do is go to the website and fill in the contact form there, and I'll get back to you within 48 hours. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks very much. Bye for now.